Okay, so this is, what's this, 4.6, page 2. Now we're just going to take our cosecant and secant functions and graph them, but we're going to have some transformations. And again, the easiest way to do this is to use the buddy. So what we're going to do is we're going to say g of x equals 2 sine of x, quantity x plus pi over 4 plus 1. And we're gonna take this apart and graph it just like we did in 5.4. And I think I still need to get a video for 5.4 up there. All right, so a couple of things. So our amplitude is 2. We're gonna be going up 2 from our midline. Our midline, by the way, amplitude is 2. Our midline is y equals 1. We get that from the fact that we have this 1 here, so y equals 1. I'm going to go ahead and draw my midline in just because it has me thinking about it. Okay, so that's my new midline. Then I need my period. And my period is going to be 2 pi divided by 1, based on the fact that this is a 1 here, right? That's what our b is. So my period is still 2 pi. Okay, and my x-intercepts, my x-increments. Okay, how far along are those? Well, it's 2 pi divided by 4, so it's our usual pi over 2. So it's just like a regular sine. And then the only other big factor here is our start and stop. So my start, okay, is going to be x plus pi over 4, that's what's inside of here, equals 0, because that's where we would normally start. So x is going to start at negative pi over 4. And its endpoint, x plus pi over 4 equals 2 pi. So x equals 7 pi over 4. Okay. So let's use that to graph our sine, right? So instead of starting at, I'm going to do it in red. So let me go ahead and go pi over 4, negative pi over 4, pi over 4, 2 pi over 4. Why am I doing it pi over 4 instead of pi over 2? Because I'm shifting it over pi over 4, since that's going to be my start point. Okay. 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, or pi. I'm just making it easy on myself. 5 pi over 4, and I know that I'm going to end at 7 pi over 4. So I didn't bother reducing these down. I just know I'm starting at negative pi over 4, and I'm ending at 7 pi over 4. So why not just go? So negative pi over 4, 0, pi over 4, and just keep going that way. Now, my start is, since it's at sine, it would normally start at 0, but my midline is moved up. So I'm now starting here. Oops, starting right here. Okay. And then my increments are at pi over 2. So at pi over 2, I'm going to go from my midline. My maximum is going to be pi over 4. Okay. I'm going to be back down here at 3 pi over 4. Okay. Why? Because that's this distance from here to here is pi over 2, and that's what my x increments are. Distance from here to here is pi over 2. Okay. So I know that that's where my different increments are. That's where I go from my midline in terms of sine. I go from my midline to my max, so my midline, and then down here at 5 pi over 4, I'm going to be at my, let's see, where did I go up? I went up really high. Oh yeah, I went up 2 because my amplitude was 2. That's right. This line here, oops, this distance here is 2 because that's what my amplitude is. So that means I'm going to, when I come down to my midline, I'm going to go down 2. So I'm going to go 1, here's 2, which is at -1. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, but because let's see, that's 1, 2. My amplitude is 2. All right, so now I can kind of dot this in. Oops, I just made a mistake here. Let me get, this should have been 6 pi over 4. This should be 7 pi over 4 because I end on my midline here. Okay. So I'm now putting in, so I now have graphed the buddy, the sine, using the different transformations with my amplitude of 2, with my midline of 1, with shifting it left pi over 4. I now can put in my asymptotes. That's where my graph crosses the midline. Graph crosses the midline. And then at the maximum, I'll put one here too. Okay, at the maximum, I'm going to draw here and here, and draw down here and here. Okay, so this line in black is my actual function, my cosecant, right? So that's the cosecant with the different transformations. All the stuff I did in between, the graphing the sine, everything like that, I just did that so then I have the framework to build my cosecant. Okay, I'm going to stop here.